see the resolution.
Right.
There's no resolution.
No.
So we'll just move on to the next item. Okay, thank you. Which happens to be my monthly report, which I'm happy to move, and I'll just highlight a couple of things in it. Reference the attendance. We had a really good team that went to Palmerston North for the Local Government New Zealand conference. I've talked about some of the actual presentations, and I referred particularly to Melissa Clark-Reynolds, which, for those of you who were there, I loved her presentation. It just invited us to think very carefully about the future, and
What a mind.
I know, and I mean, I put up that the image about there being no future facts, and then I sort of suddenly realised that it's actually not so easy to read the detail of it. But it basically, it was the length of time between the very sure statement about what the future might hold and the impact of things. That, I mean, it just the amount of time that spread before that was proved to be untrue was quite extraordinary, and of course it got closer and closer to the time, and I'm just trying to find the exact part of the presentation, because it literally was that some of the statements that were made in advance of things happening were, in retrospect, quite extraordinary. And oh gosh, I should have opened it up beforehand. Here it is. Right, so rail. This is in 1800. Rail travel at high speed is not possible because passengers unable to breathe would die of asphyxia. So in 1800, that was a statement by a professor of natural philosophy and astronomy of the University College of London. In 1876, this telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. In 1916, the cinema is little more than a fad. It's canned drama. What audiences really want to see is flesh and blood on the stage. That was Charlie Chaplin. In 1916, and then in 1977, there is no reason for any individual to have a computer in his home. And then in 1995, the truth is no online database will replace your daily newspaper. So, I mean, it just... But you can see the proximity to the proof that it's wrong, and that's not what's happened. And that's because in this space, like so many others, we're on an exponential curve. And with any exponential curve, you start trundling along, and then you suddenly see the difference. And I just remind people, because I think we're in a state at the moment where all councils and governments and others alike are being challenged by what has happened in the social media space. And I read an article the other day which just tied onto what Melissa was saying, and that was that, Facebook started in 2004. I was already 3 years a cabinet minister when Facebook started. In 2009, they got to their first billion. I think they're up to 3 billion now. And in 2012, they started their share function, and between 2012 and 2015, perfected the AI analysis of what drives content through sites, and going viral became a thing. And we know the consequences in 2016. So I'm just saying that the ability to share vast quantities of information, and when the internet started, it was going to open up democratic participation, democratic access to information in a way that had never been thought possible before. but it has also opened up undemocratic access to misinformation. And I think that, you know, Melissa was warning us that we don't face the future pretending we know exactly what technology, what the future of employment, the impact of biodiversity loss on our environment, the impact of climate change. We can't say with any certainty how long we've got to address them. So it really was a powerful presentation, but I thought it was worth mentioning. And I know that I wasn't the only one that appeared in Spamalot. There were other people around the table who appeared in Spamalot. But I just wanted to give a call out, not just to the Lumineers Charitable Trust, which enabled people through a funding channel called Boost Aotearoa, but really to talk about Boost Aotearoa, and that was dollar for dollar contributions matched by the Arts Foundation and the Christchurch City Council and others, which enabled a number of community arts group. I think there were 12 altogether. They all got funded through the result of a fundraising campaign, which was just launched over at our art gallery just a short wee while ago. There's other things that I've raised in there, but I kind of wanted to mention the significance of the challenges that we have in front of us. Sorry, Aaron, you wanted to ask a question.
Oh, I just thought since your days are limited at the head of the table, it would be great if you could give us one of those nuggets that we can pull out in 50 years' time.
I will.
I
will. I'll deliver it for my last mayor's report. That's a good challenge.
Yes.
That I take on.
Yeah, you could do what Charlie Chapman did and kind of do it tongue in cheek as a comedy one. So I'll lay that. I know you've got an entertainment background, so you can throw a bit of comedy in it.
I think you've got a better routine practice than I have. But
that's why I'm still here. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm happy to move it. Do I have a seconder for it? Jimmy Chen. Any discussion? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. It's carried. Thank you. The Youth Advisory Committee minutes. Jake? Happy to move. Seconded. Melanie? Any discussion? Or did you want... No, we're minutes. Yeah. Okay. But the next paper we'll take through.